Good morning, all. Hope everybody's having a good morning. I'm off to a late start this morning, later start than I usually am at this time in the morning. I usually leave my house around between 5:15 and 5:30. Well, I didn't get out of there until like almost 5:40. So I'm in a hustle to get to work at 6. Usually I can get down there in 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So that's where I am right now. I might be stepping in right at 6 o'clock. Usually I get down there 15, 20 minutes earlier and just kind of stand by until work. But I'm going to hustle today. I didn't have that chance to stop by and get my coffee today. So there's a McDonald's right down the street from my house. I usually stop at McDonald's to get my morning coffee. If I don't stop there, it's a gas station down the street from my job. Either I'll stop there too sometimes. If I don't stop at either one of those, I'll stop along my route and then get some coffee. So, but I got my turkey sandwich. I got my orange juice. And I'll have to roll with that. Another thing I was thinking about last night was my journey is going to be different than yours. You know, my journey is going to be different than other people who chose to do the same thing. You know, somebody can do exactly the same thing I'm doing, but their ways of doing things, their lifestyle, their habits, you know, it's going to be different than mine, right? How they do things throughout the day is going to be different than mine, right? You can have the same guy have the same type of goals as I do, and 2,774 days, which is my August 6th birthday in 2032. They can do the same thing, same amount of days, but the way they do things is gonna look different than mine, right? So I was just thinking about that. I say that to say this. I was just thinking about how they say that, you gotta get, 6, 7, 8 hours sleep, for example, right? Or you have to eat, don't eat past 8 o'clock, for example, right? Well, with my schedule right now, what I got going on, guys, there's no way that can have, as far as eating goes, for example, that's no way that's gonna happen, because again, my time throughout the week, for example, is taken up with my full time and my gig work, and to get the figure that I want throughout the week on my gig work, I have to work until, at the earliest 9:30, and sometimes you guys have seen a couple days already. See, I can easily come in the house at 10:30, every night. And it used to be that. I mean, I used to work at, believe it or not, guys, I used to work until midnight throughout the week. That's not out of the realm of possibility for me. And I work until midnight and then some, right? And so that's been my life for a long time. Since I moved down here to Nebraska, I have scaled back, It used to be a whole lot worse when I was in Minnesota. I used to work around the clock, especially when I was getting out of debt. There was no rest. You know what I'm saying? But it's similar now, but it's just more easier now. It's less stressful. That's for sure. It's more easier. It's less stressful. There's some peace to come along with what I'm doing, but it's still work hard. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. It's still a lot of work. It's still a lot of working hours that I'm putting in, to exchange time for money. But the difference is, I think I explained to you guys. You guys see my last couple videos. You've seen, or at least the last couple videos. You've seen where I take the money I'm making and I'm putting it in investments, right? I'm putting in things that grow, and that's the difference between where I am at right now and where I was before. Okay, guys, so I have my work schedule today, my full time. It's gonna be a decent day. Longer Friday than usual. Sometimes Fridays are short. It all depends who orders on my route. So here we go. Feeling tired today, man. It's gonna be a tough one as far as my energy levels. Like I said, I got out of the house late this morning, so it's gonna have to grab some coffee and get myself up this morning, because it's one of those mornings. So here we go, guys. So I think I'm gonna put in pretty good time today on my full-time and my gig work. So it's gonna be a long day, long night. So let's do it. Wait, what's going on, Don? I must have butt dodged you or something. I'm just leaving the lot during. Yeah, I'm coming to see you there. That's probably what happened. I was checking my paperwork and my phone here. So yeah. So, but yeah, you want me to give you a buzz when I get up there, or just come through the shop? Before when? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get up there. Okay, I'll see you soon, man. All right. An hour ends about 7 o'clock, and I usually get to this point into it where if I'm struggling, if I'm having a hard time staying awake, if I'm dragging, need some coffee and need some energy, I'll stop here at this spot and kind of walk around the truck a little bit and get some fresh air till I get to a point where I can grab some coffee. But I spent extra time last night doing a combination of cooking. I was eating like 10:30 last night. That's when I got done with my little HelloFresh meal. It took me about 35-40 minutes to cook it, and then I ate around 10:30. Then I was watching my college basketball games. Go Duke! Not a big Duke fan, but hey, Duke won me some money last night, so that was cool. And what else did I do? Oh, of course, spent time editing this video you're listening to. So editing is becoming an issue with me. I have to figure that out as well. I'm spending way too much time editing. I'm better at it now, though. I'm getting better and better at it, but it's still taxing for me, man. I find myself up at way past midnight doing everything, and editing is taking a lot of my time, doing the videos and stuff like that. But last night I got to bed like it was past like 12:30, and of course me getting up at 4:45 in the morning every morning. You guys do the math. But all right, guys, so just to give you a perspective, I'm gonna go ahead and catch some air, go ahead and take care of this truck. Gotta do this windshield in this truck, and put some DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid, in this truck. Okay, guys.
Wow. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 62 points, or 0.1. The S&P shed 0.1%. The NASDAQ slipped 0.2%. Select big tech names were down once more. Nvidia, Meta were all off of their recent highs, guys. Notably, Tesla though gained 2%. So Elon is making out like a fat rat, where the rest of the Mag 7 are crashing.
I don't know what Trump's gonna do with the tariffs and all that stuff. I don't know how that's gonna affect. Looks like it's got the stock market ping-ponging all over the place every day, up, down, up, down, up, down, depending on what he says. But the Trump and these tariffs, and he's going to place tariffs on these countries, including Mexico and Canada, it's caused a lot of uproar, caused a lot of conversation on MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, so forth and so on, all the channels, you know, Fox News and all that. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's out of my control. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing I can do about that. One lesson I had to learn in this whole process for me was control the controllables, right? I can only control what I can control, and I had to ease up and be at peace with stuff I can't control, even though it may get on my nerves, right? Or it may upset the apple cart, for example, right? Ain't nothing I can do about it. So, you know, adjust accordingly and roll with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And my life is better because of that mindset. You know, I once thought that, I remember way back in the day when Obama got to be president. What was that, back in 2008, I believe? Was that 2008? I can't remember, but I tell you how my mindset has shifted from 2008 to like where we are now, 2025, is that I thought that, you know, wow, a black president, man, my life is solved. Everything's solved for me. Money's gonna fall off the sky, and not necessarily that, but you know, that kind of mindset thinking that, oh, my life's gonna be great now, better now, because we have a black president, all right? Or somehow magically, you know, I'm gonna live better, right? Okay, those days are over, right? I mean, those days of the poverty, the cycle of poverty is over for me. I'm done with that. No way. I'm moving on now. We got a black president. Yay. I was excited for Barack. And somehow I was excited for myself. Some strange reason I thought that, oh, now that we have a black president on the Democratic Party side, that life for me is going to be better. It didn't happen like that. Life for me stayed the same. I still had to trade time for money, go out and work my full-time job and trade time for money. I had to go out and find a part-time job or some side hustle to make things go, make things work for myself. I still could control my money. I still had a hard time controlling money. That was the time where I just got out of bankruptcy in 2007. My girlfriend at the time, she really helped me. You know, we got to put our minds together, and I filed for bankruptcy, and something I didn't even have to do. I filed bankruptcy on $15,000 in debt. I look back now and go, how stupid was that? We thought it was smart at the time. I'm like, no, I look back now and go, what were you thinking? And so obviously I didn't have my money right. I didn't know how to control my money, and I didn't make good financial decisions for myself, for my present or my future. But I look back now, man, it's like, wow, I thought that was, you know, Barack being president was going to solve a lot of things in my life. But it was me that had to do the solving. It was inside me that had to control me, you know, understand the I in me. I had to understand the I in me to control it, to change my life. And no president, yeah, you may hear a lot of talking points in the media, around your family and friends and stuff like that, your co-workers at work. But in all actuality, it's your local representatives who have more direct control over your lives. And even still, you still have to go out and do your due diligence and make your life better. I had to learn that lesson. And no president, no matter what the president, who the president is, I had to go out and do for me. Because ain't nobody gonna come to my door and say, hey, Kminustwo, hey man, I got $1 million for you. You know what I'm saying? Where can I deposit that at? You know what I'm saying? What bank account can I deposit your money? No one's gonna knock on my door and say that. So I had to go out and realize that, make it happen. I mean, not saying that voting's not important. Yeah, you should always do your due diligence and do your citizen duty to go out and vote for your local representatives and and your president, and, national stage. But man, I had to learn that, man, for myself, and it made me better off. It made me focus, and when I became intentional, none of that stuff really mattered anymore. So I listened to it. I mean, I listened to all the reports and stuff. I mean, because when you're investing into the stock market, I mean, those things, or those reports, do play a part of your stock, your investment. So I get it. I have to pay attention, but I take it with a grain of salt, man. I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
Hey everyone, I got fired. I got fired November 22nd, 2024, just a few days before Thanksgiving. I thought that was very heartless. But people do what they want to do when they own the company. So at 56 years old, I've been working for the company for about a year and a half. I was a program manager, outreach program manager. No, work life program manager. So I had two direct staff reports. And I've been there, like I said, a year and a half. So one day, November 22nd, I got called into the conference room. The executive director, CEO, called me. I figured, okay, he just wants to talk about something. Got there, HR was in there, so I'm like, well, maybe they want to share something. This joker sits me down at the table and he says, "This is not working out, give me your keys." I was startled. I'm like, what the world is he saying? I said, what? This is not working out, give me your keys. I said, okay, you can have them. I took my keys out and gave them to him. Well, you don't have anything to say? What do you want me to say? You called me into this meeting and told me this is not working out, give me your keys. Well, you don't even want to know why? Evidently, you got a reason why, and whatever it is, I guess it's going to overrule whatever I say, so really, I really don't have anything to say. You sure? Man, I'm 100% positive. What else we need to do? He said, that's it. I said, well, let me go get my stuff. I went and packed up my stuff and got the H on up out of there.
I agree with them largely, but then at the same time, I disagree with them, right? And the reason that is because you always want to get feedback. You always want to get feedback regardless, so that you can understand exactly if it was you and you need to make some adjustments before you go into the next situation or position, or if you just collateral damage from the job itself.
There are only a few things that are good about going to work. Taking a break, getting your check, and going home. Put that in it.
Just hearing that guy's story, I'm just thinking about that, and that's tough. You're mid-50s, you're 56, 55, 56 years old, just hearing that guy's story just make me think, just going through that thinking process. Hey, damn, you're 55, 56 years old, and there's no loyalty to these jobs. You know what I'm saying? They can let you go just like that, and something can happen to you in life just like that. You know what I'm saying? And the whole vulnerability, the fragile nature of what I just said, puts it all in perspective. That, man, and particularly how where it is now in today's society, how the job market's tightened up and the economy is topsy-turvy, or with the interest rates and inflation, things getting more pricier, and the cost of goods, the cost of living is very dicey in some situations depending on where you are living at the United States. But man, that puts things in perspective, right? And I like to listen to stories like that, not just to hear somebody's getting fired or going through a bad situation, but I like to hear stories like that, and it's it's very important for me to be locked in to what's going on in other people's lives, because what's going on in other people's lives could be going on in my life. And I have to be very aware of that at all times, locked in, you know, sharpening up my intentionality, because every day I have to focus on protecting my present and then protecting my future, which means that, hey, I'm locked into these jobs. I'm locked into my full-time, not just because I like it, because, hey, I'm here to go get a paycheck. I'm not here to fraternize with co-workers. I'm not here to be nobody's friend. I'm here to go to work and get my paycheck and get it on, right? Get that bag, and then I get out of work, I go get another bag. I go to my gig work. That's what it's all about, because I'm here to take care of my present, live a good life. But the most important thing for me, man, is future, the future, the future, my investments, my investments, my investments. I keep telling myself that. I keep telling myself that. I keep repeating myself, right? Like it's going out of style. Investments, investments, future, future, putting things away, right? Stacking, bagging, stacking, stacking. So I just keep, every day, man, I'm locked in.
Continue on East 7th Street, then turn right.
I know for me, from other people's perspective, I may come off as, you know, unkind, rude, you know, standoffish, whatever you want to call it. But, that's not the case. But I'm not here to be mean to anybody, but I'm not also here to be somebody's friend when it comes to my full time or even my gig work. I'm focused, man. I'm locked in, you know.
Right.
And I think, guys, I think that's how you have to be if you're going to be intentional about your money. If you're going to be intentional about getting that bag, you can be intentional about living increasing your financial literacy and increasing your standing when it comes to your finances, right? Understanding what it is. And what it is you can't be locked in anybody else's drama. You got to be locked into your own. You know what I'm saying? And when you can take that mentality, man, there's no holds barred, baby. You're not taking no prisoners. You know? That's how I roll, man. That's how I roll. You guys want to know about Kminustwo? That's how I roll. Every day. Every single day. It is 2:26 on a Friday. Today is the 28th, of course, of March. And it's been a slow week on my gig work. So I'm gonna put my little readers on, my granny glasses, right? You guys don't make fun of me, okay? Look, I put them on the end of my nose. There we go, okay? That's how I read and try to figure out. It's funny, when I got older, my eyes changed, right? That's something to look forward to for you young guys, right? Your eyes gonna change, right? So without my contacts in, I can read all day, right? I can read the paper all day. The funny thing is when I put my contacts in, when I read up close or try to read up close, it ain't gonna happen. That's why we gotta have these readers, right? But I can see far away, right? There's a hotel way over there, about 300 yards away, 200 yards away. I can see all the writing on the walls over there and the signs. I can see all that, right? But when it comes to reading this thing, too close. But I can read it with my glasses. You know, if I put my glasses on, though, I'm going to have a hard time reading over there. Or if I take my contacts out, I'm going to have a hard time reading over there. Anyway, so I am sitting here waiting for orders. I'm on my Spark app, waiting for orders to pop up. 2:28 now on a Friday. I'm gonna let you guys see what I've got so far. Usually my weeks, as far as earnings go on a Friday, usually by Friday I can pretty much tell that I'm gonna get my goal. Right now it's gonna be running short. I'm gonna have to hustle to get this goal of $750 if I'm working, Monday through Friday and plus Sunday. If I'm working 7 days a week like I used before, it was a $1,000 goal for me, right? But I had to scale that back, right? And you're taking away from a big day, Saturday, right? I'm not working Saturdays anymore. So that's a big day sometimes on gig work. So that's pretty substantial, right? But anyway, it's manageable though. If I can do a Sunday every now and then, that's gonna be one thing and going forward, guys, I'm gonna have to figure out. I may not work Sundays all the time, you know what I'm saying? But I know I gotta work some Sundays. But anyway, so this is what I got so far. The top number in the blue is what I got so far on Spark. You guys can see that. That's Spark. I think I got a tip coming in now. $232.25 plus $28.17 tip. So that's $250. So about $250. I got something coming in. Okay, so these are like that order just came in. It's a small order. I wouldn't take it anyway this time of day. But it's also, you see down there marked in yellow, it's called shopping. It's a shopping order where you have to go in the store and shop for that particular customer. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. I've tried that before. Guys, I'm not really, I can go shopping for myself, but I'm just bad at shopping for other people, right? I went and did that one time, man. It took me about 3 hours to get out of the store. It wasn't even worth it, right? You know, the cost benefit analysis for that day was bad for me, right? So cost benefit analysis is, hey, you got to analyze the time you're putting in that particular endeavor, what kind of benefit you're going to get back. And that was pretty bad that day, guys. All right, I just showed you guys Spark. Let me show you GoPuff, how much I got in GoPuff this week. All right, so that's GoPuff this week. That's GoPuff. All right, hope you guys saw that. It's $223.46. So overall, I'm looking at not quite 500. Usually on a Friday, I'm past the 600 mark by now, or close to, right? So we're probably running about $100 short of where I usually am. Even if I'm at around 600 on a Friday, I can visualize getting to 750, which is my goal for my 6-day work week on my gig work. So, and usually I can get sometimes more than 750. You know, a few weeks back it was 800, 900. But I have to be realistic as well. That's not going to happen all the time, particularly with me taking off some days here and there. And there's some weeks where I have to just accept that it's going to be shorter than the 750 as well, and this may be one of them. All right, so I just wanted to chime in and talk to you guys for a minute. I'm glad that you guys are riding along with me and seeing how my weeks go, my days go, my weeks go. So if you guys have any type of questions, any type of input, any type of things you think I can do better, I really, really welcome that. Leave it in the comment section below. I also leave my personal email for people who may reach out to me that need some personal help with their budgeting, for example. And that's what I like to focus on, to get yourself right in your finances, so you can have the opportunity to increase your financial level wherever that may be, right? So, but yeah, man, if you guys are welcome to leave some comments down below and let me know how you think I can do things better, right? If you have any input, I value your input, right? If you're following me and digging and rolling with me, all right? And if you have any other questions about how I do things, something you've seen throughout the day, if you have any questions about that, let me know. That's what it's all about. Opening my life up to you guys, opening myself up to you guys. And like I say, man, this is going to be a long journey. Sometimes I get into the point where I got that personality where I want to just go straight to things, right? Jump into the future, right? And then not enjoy the ride. I got to have a better disposition when it comes to that. Putting a smile on my face. I have to work on that, guys. I'm just like you guys. I'm not perfect on all this stuff on life, just like you guys are not, right? I'm maybe a little better at finances than you guys, but you guys may have some other aspects of your life where you're better than me. I got to learn how to enjoy the ride more, and I know that about myself personally. Understand the I in you, so you can tell your money what to do. That's one of what K-2 represents. That's what K-2 means, right? In my mind. So I have to learn how to smile along the way, and I'm going to have to work on that as we go along, okay? Okay, guys, let me see what's going on. I'll get back to you guys, all right? Okay, guys, it is 4:41, and I am done with that run. But I'm way up north, so I have to go back into the app, check it out, see what else is popping off, and get back enough time or enough space where I'm in range where I can get the signal. A lot of times you're out, way out, you can't get a good signal. So I'm gonna put myself in a good spot where I can, the app can send me another run if we have orders coming in. I can get a nice little run here before I switch over to GoPuff. So I think another good talking point is to say to you guys and whoever's listening, whoever's following me, or whoever is locked into what I got going on as far as showing you guys my life, is talk about treating people how you want to be treated. And I think that's one thing that my mother taught me and my family was all about. Treat people like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever forget where you come from, that kind of thing, right? Be humble and that kind of thing, right? But to a certain degree. But yeah, I mean, another reason why I started this was to, let people see, that I'm just like you guys. All what you see on social media, all what you see on these particular sites is that it's glamorous to get rich or wealthy or to improve your financial situation. You gotta do, there's explosions going off in your ear and jumping jacks, and people jumping up and down, pom-poms, cheering, and, jet set flights and traveling all over the globe, and, a big deal, right? And it can be further from the truth. And that's another reason why it's important to show you guys, because I was just like that as well when I was younger. It's good to show people that improving your finances, getting financially literate, and improving your finances, and growing your net worth, for example, right? Becoming a 100,000 heir, or becoming a 500,000 heir, becoming a millionaire, becoming a 10 millionaire. It's you know what it is? There's no rockets going off, guys. There's no fireworks. And it can be if you want to, but it's you know what it is? It comes back to what I was saying before. It's setting your goals, writing them down, but before that, it's just making your mind up, right? You can't do anything unless your mind ain't made up, right? And after your mind's made up and you write down what you're looking for, you're not gonna let up. You're gonna stick with it. But nothing's gonna happen unless you put the work in, right? And that's what it's all about, man. For me, I mean, for you guys to follow along and hear actually how it's done and what my mindset is when I'm doing it, right? I think that's very important. And I'm the standard for all content creators, people who are just talking a good game and show you guys a clipboard, show you guys a whiteboard. This the other side of it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to put theory in practice? Well, now, guys, I'm going all out, and I'm going to make some mistakes by showing you this. I'm going to make, and that's okay. But this is part of life, right? I'm going to show you guys all the things I talked about. Now I'm putting into practice. Now you get to see, damn, this guy really real? All the stuff he told us, all little tips and tricks and stuff he showed us. Is that what's up? Is that real? Or is he capping? Or is he capping? Or is he capping? Back in the day, it was called fronting. I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell all you young guys out there, go find that song, Ain't No Future in Frontin'. Go find that song, Ain't No Future in Frontin', right? So this year in 25, there's no jive in 25. That's my thing. And I put a challenge out there for all content creators. You capping? You capping? You fronting? Ain't no future in fronting. Listen to that song. And then you realize what I'm all about. I'm challenging all content creators to stand up and rise up and show your receipts. If you're gonna talk about it, be about it. And that's what I'm all about, guys. Ain't no being, it's nothing to me to condemn anybody or you know, put them down. This is facts. These are facts. And it's about raising up the community. It's about, you know, having your back and getting you to the point where I always say, take it to another level. Let's all take it to another level. And I'm not afraid to take another level. No one cared about my black ass anyway. So I don't care about anybody talk about me or look at me in a bad way or snicker and around the corner snicker about me. I don't really give a damn, right? So this is kind of mindset, guys. This is kind of energy you're hearing from me. I want you to guys have that energy. Me against the world. You don't give a damn anymore about money don't grow on trees. You can't take it with you. Money don't make you happy. All that bullshit, right? I'm calling it the way it is, guys. I'm real about it. And you guys get to see now this guy being real about it. All the stuff I talked about in my videos. You want to go? You guys want to see all the stuff, trips, all the tips and tricks that I talked about, how I gave you guys earlier? Now you get to see it in practice. And mainly in practice, you know what it is, man? It's boring. It's boring. There's no fireworks going off. There's no belly dancers. There's no, you know, explosions going off in my ear. Or there's no jumping jacks. There's no people diving in and out of my way. There's no, you know, there's no announcers announcing what I'm doing. Hear my energy talking to you. Hear my energy talking to you. I worked hard for this. So, understand. But, you know what, man? I came this far. It's like I was telling my brother the other day. I can't give up. I still got things to do. This job is not done, man. This job is not done. I'm 57, going on 58 in a few months. But I'll be damned if I give up right now. I'll be damned if I give up right now. I'll be damned if I give up right now. I still got things to finish. Because I'm an honor. People came before me. They gave me the, you know, the gift of giving and the gift of strong-mindedness and due diligence and a vigor, right? A fire. They gave me the gift of hard work. They gave me the gift of dreaming. But like I told one of my nieces not too long ago, I said, baby, I want you to dream. I want you to wish what you want. But understand something. A dream without a plan is just a wish. Don't go wishing. Dream and make those dreams come true by your due diligence and hard work. Believe me, guys, if you don't believe anything I say from OG, hear me now. You guys younger than me, trying to make it, man, you hearing this? Of this stranger's voice from Omaha, Nebraska? Understand this when I'm telling y'all. Nothing's gonna happen unless you put the work in. Please, put the work in, man. You're gonna see a different side of you when you pass that threshold to be debt-free. Emergency fund in place. You got high-yield savings accounts. You got your money in investments, brokerage accounts, man. HSAs. All these languages you guys need to grab a hold of, and you listen to me right now. For you people that have been with me for a long time, or you old like my age and you old enough and you don't want to hear it, that's fine. This message may be for the younger people. That's fine. You're 45 in a strange city. You're away from your family. You don't know how you're gonna do it. You don't know how you're gonna make it. You're feeling bad about yourself, down on yourself, sorry for yourself. You just got out of a relationship. You just got out of a simplified relationship with a girl who used you and abused you, and you became a simp for females because you want to do everything to please them. You moved to you were 32 years old and you moved to a strange city. You went back and got your daughter. You had all the world against you, right? You thought the whole world was against you, right? You took your daughter 400 miles from one city to the other. No, she had no friends, no family. Y'all had to adjust. You had to make it. You had to work around the clock, take care of her. You had to tell her, hey baby, Dad's not gonna see you too much. I'll hold down the house, okay? I'm gonna show you how to hold down the house. Show you how to cook, clean. We're gonna go back and forth with cooking. You're not gonna see Dad a lot. You're gonna work 2 or 3 jobs, work around the clock, getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. Those are the people I'm talking to. You grew up in the hood. You grew up on welfare. You grew up in and out of poverty all your life, in and out of welfare, with one single mother trying to make it. She had to be the man and the mother. She had to be the father and the mother, right? Strong black woman that you want to honor. I remember back in the day when I was in that situation, before I got debt free back in the day, I wanted somebody like this. I go back to that thing again. Treat somebody how you want to be treated. And share yourself with people. When I was back in the day, when I was lost financially, I needed help, financial literacy, to get better and handle my money, tell my money what to do. I wanted somebody like this here. I wanted to see somebody how they did it. I wanted to follow them along on their vlog. It would have really benefited me. So that's why I'm doing this, guys. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, guys. All right, man. Just want to holler in your ear and say something to you that's that's fruitful to you, benefit to you, and you can take it and run with it if you follow and take it in blood. Got done my first delivery run at GoPuff. The time is 6:31, and it was a $19 run. What happens is when the run pops up on your app, it will show you how much you're getting up front to do that particular run. This particular run consisted of 3 deliveries, and I won't show you guys this page here. It's a tip page that comes with the order, but I won't show you that because it has people's address and so forth and so on it. But just to let you guys know, one guy gave a $5 and $95 tip, and all these tips are on the app. They do all the tipping on the app. Now, some people do the tip on the app and also give you cash when you get there. That's a double tip. Hey, you know what I'm saying? More the merry, right? But you don't have to do that. You can just tip online here, and that's what one guy did. He put $5.95 on one tip. One guy didn't give no tip, and then the other guy gave a $2 tip. So it was a $19 run plus $7.95 in tips. So not a pretty good run, not bad. But as far as the distance go, so forth and so on, it's a longer trip. So you like to have these good big tips, on shorter trips, but that's okay. It's one of those days, man. One of those weeks anyway. But so not bad. Overall not bad. It's $26.95 tip. So not too bad. And right now I'm about 20 minutes away from base. So we head on back. But I just want to give you guys a perspective of what my days consist of. Like when I'm out here doing these my gig work and running these apps, and there's a lot of give and take on, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, on what runs do you do, what runs you don't do. You got to really pay attention because things are fast paced. Not as fast paced as they usually. This week is kind of slow, but usually things are just popping, man. You got to stay on point and you got to be aware, because like runs are coming at you just like that, especially on Spark Order. They're coming at you, and you really and GoPuff too. They're coming at you, and you really have a split second time to look at them, visualize. Okay, where's it at? Where in the city? Where's it at? And how where's traffic at? And how soon or how long is the way? How can I get there? And so forth and so on. And then you got to really make a quick assessment is of how long, when the cost benefit analysis, right?
In 1,000 feet, turn right.
How much is going to cost me to get there, and how much gas money is going to take me to get there, and so forth and so on. Is it a benefit for me if I go to this particular place and do this particular run? And the good thing about it is you don't have to accept
East, Maple Street.
a run that comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the good thing about it. Some pops up on your app. Some pop up on your app. You ain't got to take it. You ain't got to take it if you don't want it. So that just kind of give you a little ins and outs about the apps and what I deal with on a routine basis, how I make my money. And it's all part of the game, man. All this stuff is just, chess pieces on my game. My money making game is, you go through all this and deal with this fine little nuggets here and there about the gig world, gig economy. It's all about one thing. You know what I'm saying? That stream of income, 2 streams of income coming in. That's going to serve my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And again, last video I gave out specifics on, what part of my money goes to investments and stuff like that. And this is just the making of it. You know what I'm saying? This is just the making of it. And so it's a bottom line when it comes to me in these gig apps, man. I'm out here doing it. Let's just put it this way, guys. I'm not getting off my full-time job at, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and running gig apps all night until, 10:30. There's a meaning and purpose behind what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's always going to be at. And ain't nothing going to deviate from there, My number one priority is my purpose, what I'm doing right now. And anybody in my life that comes in my life, they're going to get that message right away. It's not a bad thing. It's just a guy that knows what he wants, knows what he goes after every day, why he wakes up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Why I go after what I go after. It's one thing, one goal, one common goal. Among all the whys and all the reasons I have, and I'm going to tell you guys throughout my journey these 7 years, the why of all whys is why I'm doing it, and that's to serve my ultimate goal of serving the future, right? And the future represents my future. The future represents my kids, my daughter, my son, my nieces and nephews, you guys, your kids, your grandkids, to serve as a guiding example of what is possible, You know what I'm saying? Of what is possible. And that goes back to the big H word, right? Hope. And that a lot of what you guys need, a lot of what you think your cousin need, your sister, your father, your coworker, your beloved friend that supported you all these years, what all those people need is what Dave Ramsey gave me back in 2013 when I was in my route truck driving through the countryside doing my route out of Minneapolis. I was a father. My daughter had graduated in 2008. I was on my own. I've had relationships here and there up in Minneapolis, in and out of relationships. Still just going through the daily status quo like all the rest of you. Status quo. Living a status quo lifestyle, right? And what I needed was, I didn't have no financial guidance. I was just like a lot of everybody else. 70, 80% of the population. I was just doing what everybody else do. Status quo, right? Dave Ramsey gave me hope. And I promised my kinfolks, my dead family kinfolks, my spirits, angels, I had promised them if I ever got to be debt free and I achieved my dreams, what I wanted in this world, in this game, in this financial game, because that's what it is, guys. It's a financial game. I promised myself that I would give back to the community, to society in general, and give back and honor my ancestors, give back and help people, and that's what I'm doing. And the best platform for me at the time, when I started this in 2020, was YouTube. So, but the only thing about that is, you can speak on it, You can holler to the moon on it. You can jump the broom to it. You can go pinky finger with it. You can slap people's back and kiss babies on it. You can pray on it. You can do jumping jacks on it, right? You can holler and holler and holler until you turn into a werewolf, hollering at the moon until you turn blue. It ain't gonna do a bit of good, I've learned, unless that person who you reaching out to, who you speaking game to, who you wishing for, who you are hoping for, who you are hoping to reach, right? In the mind, body, and soul, to speak goodness in their ear. It ain't gonna, all that ain't gonna matter unless that person wants it. So I remember when I first became debt free, I was so excited. I was telling everybody. I was so excited. And then the closer I got to put my mercy fund in place, oh man, I was so excited. My family, I was telling them, Dave Ramsey, I did this, I did that, total money makeover. Oh man. You know what, man? And this is just, it's not a sad thing, it's just reality. I deal more with reality now, guys, and just pure joy, happiness, sadness, and gladness. Reality is reality. And the more I talk, you know what, man? Including my family. You think people close to me, right? Which is okay. I had to learn to say to myself it's okay. No one cared. No one really cared, guys. No one cared that I was getting my money right. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Is that a family thing, a society thing, a cultural? We're frayed in our cultural norms, you know? Are we frayed in our cultural norms? Are our cultural norms shot? Do we need to recalibrate in our cultural norms? What do you guys think? Drop some comments in the comment section. What do you guys think about that? Have you guys experienced that in your life? What do you think? Tell me something real. Give me some good insight on that, because I need to know how everybody else, what's the temperature on everybody else, how they feel about that kind of thing, right? It's just like being excited when you graduate from high school, right? When you excited when you graduate from college, everybody's happy, right? You're excited when you achieve something in life, how you have a baby, you get married, right? What are some kind of achievements in life you have, right? Raise, promotion. Everybody's excited then, right? Everybody's going out to happy hour, right? Joining, having a good time, right? Birthdays, holidays, right? Is it a problem when someone achieves something financially, in their financial health, right? Physical health, mental health, spiritual health, financial health. You see a whole lot of people celebrating in churches, right? A lot of broke people in there. A lot of broke people celebrating in weddings and churches and bar mitzvahs and so forth and so on. Celebrating life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what happens when you're broke and miserable, stressed out, and you talk to debt collectors more than you talk to your friends and family? And you come to some realization, some level of hope somebody gave you, or some book gave you, or some YouTube channel gave you, or some inspiration you got, and you the light bulb moment goes off, and you set yourself on a journey to learn as much about finances as possible.
In 800 feet,
and that leads you to control your money better and learn about financial literacy. And you get to the level where you go, damn, I achieved something. You got to be debt free, right? Man, ain't that an excitable moment? Ain't that something to be cheered on and celebrated? And so I go back to that. Why was there no celebration? No jumping jacks. Nobody's going up, throwing up and throwing up, firecrackers and grenades and bombs and balloons, right? When they hear somebody control their money, has some success with their finances. What's the disconnect there? You guys let me know. What do you think about all that? But, all right, guys. So, I just wanted to, that just popped in my head when I'm driving back from my
64 east for 2 miles.
My run here, headed back to base, pick up some more orders. I just wanted to drop you guys something to think about, something to think about and contemplate in your own lives, right? It'd be interesting to find out if you guys had some level of success and you felt the same way I felt, or see the same thing I see, right? All right, man, headed back, guys. Again, if you like what you hear so far during my new 7-year $500,000 ticket challenge, I ask that you like the video, like the series of videos, subscribe to the channel, and the biggest thing is share this information with somebody that you know, that you care and you love, or someone in your inner circle. There's somebody out there. I want you to think there's somebody out there. It may not be you even, but be a beacon of hope for somebody. Be a beacon of realization, of transparency for somebody, right? Share this information with somebody, because what they're going to encounter is someone you're seeing right now, a real guy that's out to prove to himself and to stick it to other people who said I couldn't do things in my life, right? I'm a normal guy, live in a great normal city, and I'm out to prove it and to show it, and to be. And the only way to go out and do all that what I'm doing is to have transparency, right? And boy, oh boy, wouldn't that be a benefit to a younger K-2 when I was in a situation? Let this be a benefit to people in your inner circle. Show them this. Show them this, right? They may surprise you. Never look back again. Let me be like me, my friend. Way back when. Now, debt-free, building wealth. That's a great thing. All right, listening to my March Madness game as I make these deliveries. March Madness continues tonight, Thursday and tonight, or yesterday and tonight. My March Madness. So I'll be paying attention to those teams. So guys, I just got done my delivery, and you know what? Considering it's been a rough day, not too bad so far with GoPuff. I gave you guys the figures on my last delivery run. This was a 2 delivery run. It was I think it was a $9.50 delivery run, and the tips are $3.95 and $4.95. So, what is that? I'm about to say $8.50, whatever it is, and a little over. Oh yeah, about $8.50 plus the $9, so $17 delivery, and so that's how you have to look at it. So you do a couple of these, and you can see yourself with some luck. In 3.5, 4 hours, you can make $100, but it's got to be consistent. I mean, you got to have some tips to do it, right? In the short period of time that I do these things, guys, you got to have tips, man, because just making a delivery, and they don't give you all that money for a delivery. Usually it's like maybe $4, $5, maybe $6 for a delivery run. And that's a whole delivery run, not just one delivery. A run may be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deliveries in one run. Well, they only give you the dollar figure for the run, not for delivery. And so that's what some people are confused about when they first start. They think, oh, okay, that's $6 per delivery? Oh, no, that's just for the run. Now, each delivery, you can get like, if the people want to, they can give you a tip for each delivery. And, if they give you a decent sized tip, I had one of those the other night. I had I think it was 4 deliveries in one run. Well, each person gave $4.95, $5.95. One guy gave $9 tip. The other guy gave a $10 tip. Well, in that instance, you can see where one delivery run can add up to be like, $30, $40 for a delivery run. And that's pretty good. You have a couple of those, of course, you're going to be at your $100, you're going to be at your $100 goal. Okay, guys, so it is 8:44, and I had a stop not too far from my house. So instead of going back to the base at GoPuff, I decided to make an executive decision and end the night. It started out slow, you guys know. That's how things roll sometimes. And once I switched over across the river to GoPuff, things picked up a little bit, had some early success, and the night sustained itself. But and I can do more, but instead of going back, I got so much to do tonight, including cleaning the car, editing this video, grabbing something to eat. I have 2 other sets of videos I want to do for you guys for this set of videos that I'm going to have to combine and make one long video. So I have to do all that and get myself ready for tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys what I got. So let's do Spark first. This is the total for the week. And I'm also going to hit this button and you can see what I did for the day. Okay. So here is the total for the day. Look at the right in the middle there, that green, those green figures, the green numbers. That's the total for this week. So I think it includes a tip here. Hold on a second. Yeah. So it's going to include a tip. I hit that button. This is all what I did this week. You see the whole week on there in the total. And there's a tip up there. Okay. So it's $277.32 plus you see the $23.35. See the $23.35. So that's going to be a total of, as of this Friday night, still have to do Sunday that I'll work, but it's about close to $300 on. It's $300 on Spark. Let's get you guys to GoPuff here. And here's GoPuff. The top part up there represents tonight. And I've had some decent success, even though I did not get to $100, my goal, but $72.69 for tonight. And the total GoPuff this week is $296.15. So we're about at the 600 mark going into Sunday. So if I have a great day on Sunday, which means that if I hit $150 on Sunday, I will be close to or at my goal of $750 for the week with GoPuff and Spark combined. So, hey man, considering it's been a rough, crazy, weird week, slow week, look, I put myself in position. At least I'm not so far off. There's a possibility of me hitting my goal. So, could be worse. It could be worse. All right, guys. So, there you have it, man. And thank you again, guys, for joining me on my 2,774-day challenge to get a $500,000 ticket net worth. It's been great to have you guys roll with me this week. Still got more. I still have to get home, prepare this video for you guys. All right, guys. So good to have you here. Always, always, always remember, we've come too far to forget who we are. So let's take it to another level. Raise the bar. Only then can we toast to ancestor stars. Peace, guys.